What's the frequency?
Boop. We're live.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hell. Let me just make sure.
Gotta make sure. I have that song in my head right now. Ayo. Something she's streaming technology. Why you making fun of me? I don't think that's the words. You know the 50 Cent song?
And we're already starting.
I think it's 50 Cent and Justin Timberlake.
Really?
Ayo. Streaming technology.
I don't know if I know.
Don't you come
that's
down
the wrong
and
one.
something to me. Yeah. Anyway, we're trying to see if we is live and in stereo.
In stereo. Video killed the radio star. We both know that one.
Hello. I'm not old.
I'm not old. I'm not old. You're old. Just kidding. We're both old.
It's true. He's old.
One more.
Are
And-
we on?
Yes. Okay, good.
Okay, so hi, welcome to our channel.
Hi.
Honeybee Awakened. This is Melissa, and I am Melissa. Yay! So today we got a great show, I think.
Yeah.
We shall see.
We shall see. Way to go. Probably
Screwed that one up.
That's okay. The energy's been really screwy. So we're going to try to get around to talking about Ascension symptoms. And if you are having any kind of awakening, you may have come across some people talking about Ascension symptoms. And those can include all kinds of things. And we'll get to that here in a little bit.
Yeah.
And talk about why that may be happening.
Yeah, so our channel is all about the awakening and what that kind of can entail.
Entail?
My country's coming out.
Your whole vocabulary has just been wonky since I got here.
All day it's been like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? I need to look and see when the Mercury retrograde's coming.
Maybe
I know it's coming up.
it's coming up. Maybe
Well,
we're
it's
in the
3
shadow.
times a year.
We just had
We just had one. It was over in like May or June. And it happens every 4 months or so.
Freaking hate Mercury retrograde. I can't talk. People come talk to me who don't want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to them. I mean, see? There we go. I bet you anything it's coming.
It's almost. We got about a month to go, which
Oh,
means
okay.
that we're
I'm
about
good.
2-3 weeks out from
Well, maybe I'll just get it out of my
shadow.
system now, and then I'll be good.
She's gonna be good.
Good. Nerd. That retrograde.
She gonna be gooder.
Here's what's funny. So,
Oh, they're pulling my hair right now.
sorry. Maybe paint. He's like,
She had one of her dudes kind of messing with her hair, and I could feel that energy automatically. And now we're sitting here, and I can feel it's like one.
He pulls like one little hair
and it's
at a
not
time.
Hard. It doesn't
No.
hurt. It's more like
Yeah.
Is that a bug? Yeah.
Yes. He does that.
Turd nugget.
So yeah, so we're gonna start with our free flow, which is where we kind of just talk about
Our week.
weird shit that's happened this week to us.
Yeah, because weird shit happens when you're having an awakening.
Yeah. So for me, that was one of them. We were actually discussing this earlier, but you know, with Jupiter in retrograde, it's kind of like you're on your own. There's no communication with God, higher self kind of thing. It's kind of like, what can you do on your own? okay, it's time for you to take the training wheels off. Let's see what you can do. And I've been kind of like
Come back, Jupiter.
missing that a little bit. And I'm like, where are you? And so during my meditation, I'm like, okay, I talked to one person and they're kind of helping me with my channeling skills outside of meditation. And so I'm like, is it you? And then I get these little pulls and I'm like, I don't think she would do that. It doesn't seem like something she would do. And I'm like, who is this? So I went down my list of people that I know, that I know. Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Are you an alien? And it was like, no, none of those things. But then like we were sitting here and, you know, I did my little pendulum thing where I can get like direct answers. And it was my friend Baines, and I thought he was an ET, and then he thought, haha, we all are. That's what he told me, and I was like, well,
like, duh, thanks. You're not giving me any
it
information,
didn't help
buddy.
at all. So really, the training wheels are off. Other than that, I have to say I'm working with a new spirit, that's kind of helping me.
Oh yeah,
with all the.
I was like, she ain't new.
It's new to me. Helping me
that
through
girl been causing all kinds of trouble.
No, we're all on good terms now.
Oh yeah, no, we're all good.
But she's kind of helping me. I kind of had a block towards her, and she's helping me learn how to channel and stuff when I'm not in meditation, which is something that I really wanted to do. So
yeah,
that has been pretty neat. I think that's it for me as far as weird stuff. I did have some weird dreams, but I don't remember because I haven't been a good girl and been writing them down.
I know I didn't write some of mine down either, and they were really, like, there was some really crazy stuff that happened this week dream-wise.
Yeah.
They would not shut up.
No, I mean, I had a lot of dreams, but for some reason I just couldn't. I was one of those things where I wake up and I was tired, and so I was just like, meh.
Yeah.
I'm going to be better about that this week. That's going to be my goal this week. Write it all down.
Yeah.
Because it is good to do that, by the way, because sometimes you may not understand what the message means when it comes through, but then like a month later you're like, huh. And then you go back and look and then you're like, oh.
Yeah, so
I get it.
Well, even in this has got some of my dreams in it. So I'm what I consider a dreamer, right? And I didn't realize that I was having these prophetic dreams when they were happening, just like she said. But I was writing them down because they were just crazy. Well, you know, months later, it's actually happening. One happened it was really, really detailed, and it happened. And that was crazy. And then that was when I realized, like, oh my gosh, so I started writing them all down. Remember the stampede one? All the animals coming through, like aliens. They don't realize. Man in a trash bag. That one was graphic. But anyway, yeah. So, yeah, if you're having dreams that are really vivid, you're seeing people that you don't know. And I read somewhere or heard somewhere that people in your dream are, you know, you've seen them somewhere. Your subconscious is, you know, designing this dream for you based on what you've already seen. Well, I can tell you and I can guarantee you that I have never met most of the people in my dreams.
In this life.
Yeah. Or I haven't met them yet, maybe. Yeah. So anytime I have a dream that there's a bunch of people, I don't know what's going on, and then it's very vivid, I come out of it, I write it out, and then it happens, like, and I end up meeting some of these people.
I just remembered something.
Oh, yay, you did it this time. Usually I'm the one that's like, oh, yeah. Oh, yay. What? Tell me.
Well, one of the weird things that happened this week, I was at an inspection, my job, and this guy, I don't even think I told you really in depth about what happened that day. So I go to this inspection, and I'm not allowed to talk to the people about their home, right? I just have to kind of, this particular type of home, I'm not allowed to talk to them.
Okay.
I can talk to them, but I can't talk to them about their home. So I'm like, okay, so I'm like, I'm going to do my pictures. All these rules. So I'm taking my pictures and doing my thing. And then this guy, he just like walked up to me and he goes, did you see that? I was outside and I was like, what? And he's like, that cardinal. And I was like, oh yeah, I did see that. And he goes, 500 birds 3 times last week on my lawn. Everything you can think of. Woodpeckers, da da da. And I was like, okay.
Such a funny word.
Woodpecker.
Woodpecker.
Who did come up with that? I guess because they peck wood.
You think?
Hi, my name's Melissa and I got
Wow.
blonde hair.
You're having a day, man.
Okay, so anyway.
I love it. This is awesome.
So he goes, no, I have pictures. And I'm like, oh, like you're for reals, for reals. Shows me a picture and I'll be I'll be damned. Don't damn me, God.
Just scoot over here.
A cajillion birds of all different types are on his lawn. Okay. That was the first weird thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, okay. Some kind of weird vortex on this piece of property or something. I don't know. And then he was like, do you want to go with me, me and my wife and my kid, to this alien sighting that we do at night?
Oh, that's the one you were telling me about.
Yeah, and I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's night sky watching, and apparently it's a thing here in Austin. So I joined the Facebook group so that next time, because I couldn't do it that night, but I was like, next time I need to really do that. And he goes on to tell me that, also aliens, he goes on to tell me that that he has been abducted like every other night for like all of his life. And he's like 50 something years old. And I'm like, hold on one second. And here's the funny thing. This has happened twice now this year, where I left the house and I thought, take a book with you. One of my books that I wrote. And I'm like, okay. Now, of course, I'm going off for my job. I'm like, why am I taking a book? And it's like, no, take a book. So I put it in there, and so sure enough, and I was like, and I pulled out my book, and I was like, here. And he was like, oh my God, synchronicities. And he goes, so you believe in aliens? I was like, I mean, I've channeled them, so
like,
yeah.
I don't have a choice.
I didn't have a choice in that matter. So yeah, I was like, I mean, I don't really speak to them anymore. Like sometimes they'll come and do work on me, but I don't really talk to them anymore. And he was like, mind blown. So then he tells me, he's like, have you ever seen a UFO? And I was like, well, and then so I told him about how her and I have done night watching, and I'm like, we've seen this, this, and this. And he goes, oh, those are good. He's like, those are good, but have you actually seen like the UFO? And I was like,
not up close.
Can't say I have. I've seen some things that have been kind of wonky, but not like a UFO. Shows me pictures of over his house, and it's called a rainbow something or another. I forget what he called it, and I didn't even search it up because I forgot about it till just now. And he was like, and showed me multiple pictures of multiple different places, and he's like, if you come on a night that I'm there, and his wife goes, you won't leave disappointed. There's never a night that he goes that he watches. She's like, we see them all the time over our property. And if he goes night watching, you will definitely see a UFO. And I was like, so what is this again? I need to go. But yeah, that was
You're like, I'm not going by myself.
I didn't want to go by myself. Well, and so apparently his wife worked for SSP.
What's that?
Secret Space Project.
I just guessed on that one.
And every time that they go out, she will have a seizure or pass out. He's like, she either has a seizure or she goes to sleep.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, I don't know if it's some kind of, and I was like, subconscious thing where they like hypnotize her and build the shit. He goes, exactly. And I was like, interesting. Yeah. Secret Space Program.
Program or project?
Project. I don't know. I can't talk today, so, there's
Probably a project.
But I just thought, how freaking weird is that, dude?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And then I talked to the other inspector today, and he was like, "You remember that guy that was really weird?" And I was like, "You mean like me?"
You're like, if you only knew.
I'm weird too. Yeah.
Tee.
Yeah, so we'll have to plan on doing that at some point in time.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. I want
Yeah.
to see these pictures.
And I got his number, so I'm like, well, I'm going to text you next time I go to make sure you're going, because I want to see you at a faux show.
Yeah, I do too. I'm gonna get some of my tea here. So usually I'm having wine with this one over here, but
I'm all alone. I was all by
I
myself.
was all by myself. I'm doing a hardcore get back to being lighter, like literally. And you know what? I want this color to be fixed. Can you turn that off?
Boop.
Now maybe it'll correct itself. I wanted us to be a warmer color.
We're watching ourselves now. Come on, what? God? It did not
God,
mean to
hello?
say bad words.
So yeah, I want to like cleanse my system, so I'm drinking my whatever this is. It's a blend of like matcha, cinnamon, cardamom, some kind of awesome tea. It actually can smell.
It's not as good as your box, but it smells pretty good.
Oh, the
Actually,
box.
It smells...
Oh man, I think I forgot.
That's why they said that.
Because they didn't want me to open up my box?
You forgot your box, didn't you?
No, my box is here.
Oh.
But I have something else. It's a surprise.
Stay tuned.
Talk to him. I'll be right back.
Oh, she's leaving. So yeah, anyway, that's what happened during my week. I had some kind of weird spirit stuff, and then that whole alien thing, and I think that's about it as far as my week went on weird stuff. I don't think I had anything else out of the normal that I can think of anyway. Again, I'm in a weird mental zone.
Close your eyes.
Oh, I close my eyes.
Okay, hold on. Put this off.
I was all by myself.
Fuck it, here, I'll let you do that. Isn't it pretty? Oh, sorry.
I love it. Oh, did you make these?
No! I saw them at Target.
No way!
Yeah, I was getting the for my friend's adoption day for her kids.
Oh my god,
I was-
love this.
I know,
Got a little
right?
bee on it.
Honeybee.
This can be our bee notebook. Oh, it says bee notebook.
It does? Oh, cute! Yay!
Yeah.
So exciting.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I saw it because I was getting like I got her a little butterfly one,
Yeah.
and it was like super cute. And then this was like right behind the butterfly one when I picked it up, and I was like, oh! And it's our colors too.
It is.
It's white and gold.
It's perfect. Thanks, universe.
Yay! See?
Very cute.
Yeah, and maybe like we can like put the things that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like next week, I'll write the date, and then I'll say these are the things I want to talk about.
Yes. I love it. It's perfect.
We like journals.
I do. I have so many full notebooks around the house.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about your...
But my week.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything crazy?
Yeah. So like they were just now. I just want to say when we say they, we're talking about anything from our spirit guides, aliens, angels, Jesus, whatever,
Ascended masters.
Anything
higher self.
that wants to like come through and kind of give us messages, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were just non-stop wanting me to meditate, wanting me to just like once I woke up from my sleep, they wanted me to just lay there and just keep like trying to like give me visuals and stuff. And I was like, guys, it's so jumbled right now.
It is.
And I couldn't even take notes on the stuff that they were sending me because I couldn't even make sense of it. I was like, I don't understand anything that you're trying to tell me. Whereas usually it's like one clear, solid message, like the prime atomic numbers or whatever. So, but the feeling that I had all day, every day was I needed to just stop, be still, and listen.
That's really, really weird that you said that.
Why?
Because I too had the same thing. I had to go at one of my inspections. So my camera like does its little thing, and I had finished doing all of my stuff that I needed to do, and it's this like fresh house, clean carpets, whatever, right? And I got this overwhelming. I was like, and I wasn't tired, but it was like this heavy feeling. I was just like, you just need to lay down for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes, you have to lay down. And finally I gave in. I got done with all the pictures. I got all my stuff, and I didn't have to be to the next place for 45 minutes. I was like, fine. So I went and laid on the carpet. And I was like,
oh, for real?
I'm for real. And I just laid there, and I was like, and it was like that.
They wanted you
tons, but there was tons of
it's too much
stuff, but it didn't make any sense. It was like, you're in England doing this, and then there's this, and then there's this. And I'm like, wow. But what's weird is that I'd got up and I was completely refreshed. Like, I literally said it for 5 minutes. And that happened, I don't even know how many times last week, where I was just like, all of a sudden it was like, I can't even do anything. That's also an Ascension symptom. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah. I totally had the same thing last week and today.
Yeah.
I had to lay down 3 times today.
Oh, wow. And she's in Aries.
Yeah.
Like, we don't stop. Aries don't stop. Mm-mm. I mean, you make yourself do it. Like,
I do. I make myself, but I don't have that where it's like, I just needed like a timeout. I don't have that at all. Yeah. And that's all that I felt all week long. I mean, I did have my injury, and then I was on my period, and that sucked real bad. But like, even after that, which is usually when I have like that surge of energy, and I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, you sit your ass down and you be quiet. Yeah.
Don't listen to anything, nothing, and we want to tell you stuff. And I'm like, okay, but tell me one thing so I can make sense of it.
But you know what's interesting is I found that when that happens, everything you will keep. Everything that they give you that you will keep. Mm-hmm. But
it'll bubble up.
When it'll come when it's supposed to. You'll be like, oh, I got it. Okay. Yeah, dude, I had to totally pull over multiple times today. Light in the car. I was like, I'm totally wasting gas right now, but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something that has to do with something.
Yeah.
In the cosmos. Speaking of, the buzz.
Oh, yeah. So something big's gonna come on Thursday. So
the vortex was last week too. That was that was rough.
The Lionsgate.
Yeah, but it was like all week.
Yeah, I did feel like I was being sucked through something all week.
But what was interesting is everybody was talking about like, oh, manifest and da da da. And I felt like it was
more like hold on for your dear life.
It was
like,
bringing shit up.
Yeah.
From the past.
Yep.
And like, you're going to deal with this.
Yeah. And
you're either going to move on or not.
And this week is supposed to be a lot of that stuff where, you know, Witeki said you're cutting it out.
Yeah, you're either cutting it out or you're going to come at it with unintentional, unconditional love.
Unintentional love.
Unintentional. I didn't mean to love you.
It
just
mean
happened.
To love you. Oh my God, my entire life. Sorry.
I didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to. It just happened. And now can I just not?
Can I just forget that for a moment?
You can have unconditional love for someone. And you should have it for everybody. That does not mean that you have to invite them into your house. You can love them from afar. And sometimes they just have to go out of your life.
So I learned this about maybe a year after my awakening, where I had to cut and cut and cut. But who cut it? Melissa cut it.
You got it.
Because, but here's what's interesting. What's interesting is that as I was cutting these people out, something inside me said, forgive and love, but cut.
Yeah. Don't
And-
send them away with hate.
Right.
Send them away
And
with love.
But before that, I was like, horrible people creating a wall. No.
Yeah.
And after that, I still, for a lot of those people, I'm like, I love you. Even for all the stuff you've done, I love you. But do I let them come over to my house? Hell no.
Hell to
Do
the
I
no.
let them talk to me daily on the phone?
No.
Hell no. To the no.
Yep. Ain't wasting my energy on that shit.
Yeah, so definitely, and I think that's kind of what he's saying is like, for those who haven't done that yet, like you're going to kind of have to do that this week.
Yeah.
We're actually not going to have to. It's just going to happen.
It's just going to happen. And in that, like, really just make sure that you're good with you and God, because when those feelings come through, it might be a little rough for some people. And I when I say a little rough, I mean like people like, you know, feeling like they have no one left and they, you know.
Or like me, one of the things I think I realized that I've been doing with kind of my obsessive thinking and stuff is because all of that is coming through, like from my past.
I'm laughing because I'm exactly the same on that.
But I think that it kind of makes sense right now. Like, why am I having these obsessive thoughts? Well, because energetically, we're going through our life and
It's like
seeing
we're dying.
we're seeing what do we want to hold on to and what do we not. Mm-hmm. And then our ego is like, yeah, but remember. Don't kill me. What? Yeah, don't you remember?
On to it.
And it's like, no, I'm not even going to go there because, no. Bye, ego.
Bye.
It's been real, but you gotta go.
The ego can stay. We just have to keep it on a leash.
I need a shock collar for that fucker.
You do not want that. Yes, I do.
No, I don't.
Oh, that's funny. Ooh. Shock collar for
An
the
energetic shock collar.
I wonder if there's a crystal for
There
that.
probably is a crystal for that. I don't know why I have this crystal. My crystal friend, she gave it to me. And I don't know.
My crystal friend.
My crystal friend. I have a crystal friend. If you need crystals near your local. I know one lady that's pretty awesome. But she gave this to me, and I don't know why. But I don't even remember where I put it and how I got next to my bedside yesterday. I was like, oh, hey.
It like stood out to me so much. I walked in and it's just like, it was almost like it was like lit up or something, like shining at me. I was like, wow.
It says hello. And I don't know. I don't even know what this does or what it means. I'll have to like send her a picture and be like, what is it?
It does look like selenite.
I think it is. Crystal selenite. Blah, 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 blah. But it's calling to me. But who got it?
But who got it? It is got it.
It's got it so perfectly.
Selenite. Crystal.
Yeah. That's it. Selenite.
Oh, and they use it for lamps. You can put light underneath it.
So go this way. Mirror. Let's see what it does.
Selenite, satin spar, desert rose,
that's
boo.
There we go. Powerful healing promotes peace and calm, mental clarity.
That's what you need.
I just did. See it? I was like, that's my shock collar for my ego. Bzz, bzz. There you go. Well, it's been
remove
calling
negative
to me.
energy and help you reconnect to higher realms.
Yeah, because I can't hear my higher peace. I can only hear Bait, and he's just playing with me. He's like, hey.
Freaking Bait. And you know, I knew it. I knew.
You did. He said, I feel like it's Max and Bait. Probably is Max too, but I only heard Bait. Anyway, those are our fun, friendly little dudes that mess with us.
Yeah. Max. Yeah. He's full of energy. He's got a lot of energy.
He does have a lot of energy. So anyway,
I can pick up on energies. I don't like. I use my sense, whatever that sense is, whether it's a psychic, empathic, clair. What would that be? Because I can't see them.
Well, yeah,
and I can't hear them.
Yes, clairaudient is not here. It's
more like I can feel their energy. Like I can feel that laughter and that like ha ha ha.
Yeah, but you're also clairaudient.
Well, yeah, but not with them.
Clairsentient is clear feeling, and that's where you can feel energies and stuff.
Okay, then I'm clairsentient.
Yes.
So yeah, and whenever it's almost like it's like a little like tickle or buzz underneath your skin or like in the back of your head, like you can feel it. And if it's a sadness, oh God, I can feel it like in my gut, in my heart, and like, oh. But if it's like high energy, it's like, oh, okay, calm down because I can feel it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that too. I do. Especially at night. Like,
I just want to sleep.
Why can't we do it in the daytime when it's not scary? So yeah,
Turn
I
the
guess
light on now.
I don't know how many times I've slept with the light on. So
I slept with the TV on.
Oh God, that's
for
so
like
bad.
Probably about 10 years.
Oh, I did too. I think until after my divorce, and then I didn't anymore. And actually, it started to annoy me.
Have you ever seen that movie, Welcome to Me?
I don't know.
She does that. Like some guy comes over and he's like, he says something about her TV being on. Oh, I guess maybe they're gonna leave or something. And she's like, yeah, it's been on for 11 years. And I'm like, oh. It's about, being depressed and going through all that, whatever. And she decides to go out and live her life. You should watch it. It's so funny.
I will. So yeah, unintentional. Gosh darn it.
You're still on the unintentional love. I didn't mean to love you.
It's a Freudian slip, I'm sure.
I didn't really mean to love you, but I accidentally loved you.
It was completely unintentional.
I mean, it is true. Like, well, but you can't help who you lusty love. But you can help who you unconditionally love.
Okay, I was having this discussion this weekend about if love is a choice if there's truth to that. Love is a choice, not a feeling. I think that love is a choice, not a feeling, is once the lust is gone. Not that it's gone, but like, it flows. Lust flows. It has its ups and its downs. And so I'm like, no, love is a choice, not a feeling. And they were like, no, who you fall in love with is not a choice. I'm like, well, that's partially true.
Well, we're just talking about one aspect of love with another person that you're physically attracted to. We're not even talking about familial, like your parents or your children or, your teachers or anybody, your friends. Like, you don't have lust for most of those people.
Right.
But
I think they were getting after the energetic connection that you have with somebody.
Yeah.
But I still say that
after all that goes away, it is a choice. I mean,
yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have to try so hard to forgive people, and like when they hurt you.
Although I think that's part of what this week is supposed to be about. Like on the whole Ascension thing is
let them the fuck go.
No. To provide the unconditional love.
With unconditional love.
And then if that doesn't work out, then let them go.
Well, yes.
Meaning that, and when I say that, I don't mean like, okay, now I'm going to put conditions on it and I'm going to let you go. No, but like if you unconditionally love somebody and they still are holding on to that conditional love, then it's not going to work. And it'll naturally...
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyway, that's all I know about.
I've just had some things happen and come up Things that don't need to be said on the channel.
I hear you.
So yeah, but yeah, no, I think that love is a choice when we're not talking about the lust love.
Yeah.
Now, when that happens, that's chemistry. I mean, there are plenty of people out there that I lust after. I don't need to be. What are you doing? Nothing. Just over here, just having a little crush. Leave me alone. I'm not acting on it. But
I didn't touch it.
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
Touch.
You always have to touch it. God. She likes to smell boxes too.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like,
Good box.
we can't get a read on these people. We don't know what's going on.
Oh my God. Okay. Cool. I don't know. Do we have anything else?
Where are we at?
We were still on the buzz.
On the buzz. Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Okay. Well, let's go into
We should go into our topic, the Ascension
bee's
symptoms.
knees. Yeah. Okay. So, we're going to skim over this topic because we don't have a million hours. We may do a video at some point of this one because this is a pretty big topic.
Yeah.
And then, of course, always, if you want, my book has like detailed information on this. But signs and symptoms of ascension. So, there are many signs and symptoms of ascension. Let's start with one of the most intense ones: depression.
Yeah.
So when you first come into your awakening, I explain this in the book by saying that to some degree your ego dies. And not all.
It's a huge blow.
It's not all the way because obviously, like, I'm still dealing with my ego.
If we didn't have an ego, we'd be sitting on a mountaintop starving and just meditating all day.
Yeah, and even then, like, at some point, you're still kind of fighting with your ego. Like, there's just, I mean, Buddha, Jesus, they all had egos. And
My shirt stinks.
and like it's part of us. It's part of who we are.
We were given an ego so that we could survive on Earth.
Correct.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly. And when you go through your ascension towards awakening, and when we say ascension, we're not saying like, I'm so enlightened and
yeah, you're not gonna rise up out of the earth and be some magical spiritual being. That's no.
And
you're literally your body is vibrating at a different frequency, and sometimes you go up to this higher frequency, and sometimes you come back down.
Yeah.
And this is when you get sick.
Yeah, exactly. And so the ego gets kind of a kick in the balls, if you will, when that happens, because everything your ego knows is now shifting. And when that happens, one of the very first signs that happens is depression, anxiety, thoughts of suicide. We're not doctors. Please go talk to somebody if you have thoughts of suicide. But these are actual symptoms that happen, I think, to everybody. I don't know that there's probably anybody that doesn't have a little bit of that. Just doesn't.
Yeah, and
just doesn't sit well. And that's just that. It's simply just the ego, like, oh, fudge, they got it.
yeah. Your ego realizes that it's not in control, and then it fights even harder to be in control, and then
well, that's where the anxiety comes in, because a lot of times the ego fights really, really hard, and then you have this almost control battle of, you know, is it this or is that? Is this, is that? And then you get anxiety and overthinking and freaking out and all that stuff. So yeah, that's definitely a big one.
And when it comes to anxiety, I'm just gonna add this in because I've gone through all of these things, and it's amazing how intense it can be. And before I knew what was going on, I thought I was dying.
Yeah, you do. You get this feeling like you're dying.
Yeah, I was like, something's not right. I'm dying. And then that was that other dream I haven't told you about. Or maybe I did. But like you feel like something, you're really heavy, you're confused, you don't know like what's going on. It's this overwhelming feeling of this is how I die. And then, once you realize what's going on, you're like, oh, God, it's anxiety. Okay, I'm having an anxiety attack. Great.
Lots of panic attacks. The next one I would say is, which also adds to that first one, is lack of sleep. Because when we sleep, we go into the part of the brain that allows us to have a better connection with all of our peeps. And they love to come in and talk to us or scare the shit out of us if we don't know what the hell that's all about. Yeah. And so to add on to the depression is this waking up in the middle of the night, waking up at certain times in the middle of the night, and, having crazy dreams or things that you can feel that are around you. All kinds of just waking up and not being able to go back to sleep because really
which gives you even more anxiety.
Right, that's what I say. It adds on to that. And, usually when you're woken up in the middle of the night, it's because your higher self is like, hey, boop, boop. I want to talk to you about this thing. And you're like, I want to go to sleep. And you keep having this thought.
Why do they do that?
This thought about what's going on. And you're like, I don't want to think about that right now. Go to sleep, brain. I don't want to think about that. But it won't, because it wants you to work on whatever that is. I don't miss those days at all.
Yeah.
It only happens to me every once in a great while.
Chunk of them.
Yeah, when I first met you, you were having a hard time with that one.
Oh, I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't fun. At first when you like start to get these messages and stuff, you're like, "Ooh,
it is.
okay.
It's fun for like maybe a week."
Yeah, and then you're like, I really need to sleep.
Yeah, like
because I don't know if I'm losing my mind now or if this is a message. Mm-hmm. And then you start to like have like other health problems, and then you're just like, I don't know what's what anymore.
Yeah.
Like, can I just sleep?
Yeah.
Now I sleep like a freaking rock.
Yeah, me too. It's good.
It's so great. So if you're having sleeplessness and you're having an awakening, just hang tight. Yeah. It'll work itself out. And you also have to communicate too. You do have to let them know, like, hey, I get it.
I'm really, really, really tired. I need some sleep.
I need to sleep.
And they will respect you.
Eventually.
It may take some practice of, standing your ground and being like, nah.
You remember the devil looking dude with the horns, and he's like poking around the corner, and I'm like, just stop. Like, I don't know what you're doing. He's almost like a centaur type of thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's not playtime. It is not playtime.
Yeah, a lot of people ask that too. Like, why do they come in at night? Why wouldn't they come in during the day when they know that scares us? And
we're too busy unless you're meditating.
And that's the thing is, I personally will meditate in the middle of the day if I can, because it reminds me that it's not so scary. Mm-hmm. Because it's not about day versus night. It's about when are you free and when are you relaxed. That's when they're going to come in. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh,
you're way more open.
We've been waiting for you all day.
Oh, yeah, you're finally laying down, not doing anything. Bing, 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 bing. And you're like, please stop.
Yeah, I just want to get that sleep. And that's why I say personally, if you are going through that and you're like, I'm getting these sleepless nights, it's driving me crazy, I'm already depressed and anxious, whatever, and now there's this, take some time out of your day, carve it out to put some laying down or sitting up or whatever, like some actual meditation in there so that they can try to talk to you and tell them, I am free right now. I would much prefer you to come and talk to me right now instead of in the middle of the night, please. And they will do it, and it makes so much easier. I love sleep.
I love sleep too.
Only every once in a while do they come in and mess with me. And sometimes if I'm super, super sleepy, I'll even say before I go to sleep, hey, if you're going to give me any messages, can you do it through a dream that I'll remember tomorrow? So
That's a good way too. Yeah.
Because I don't want to.
It was, I could not, like, I had the opposite problem this week. I could not keep my eyes open. Like, I would lay there and try to do my little breath work and meditation thing before I go to bed, and it was just like clunk. And it was like, no, because I wanted, if there was any message or anything, I wanted it to come through, but it didn't matter because I wasn't waking up.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, nothing.
Yeah.
Just out.
Yeah. Brings me to my next one, dizziness. So kind of like what we're talking about, where you get these feelings of like heaviness and you just have to go to sleep. You can get that. You can get dizziness or vertigo. You can get ringing in the ears, blurred vision. All of these things, again, we're not doctors, but all of these things can also be part of the Ascension awakening process. You got to think you've opened up channels.
And I wonder how many people realize that they may be getting messages from higher self or from source or from God, whatever. Like, I wonder how many people realize that, or if they even do. Like, I didn't. I've never asked anybody that's had an awakening, hey, do you get messages from spirit? You know, like, I just don't ask. So I wonder, like, what the percentage of people is that have an awakening.
Every single person has the ability to have every single one of the clairs.
Right.
We can tend to be stronger in some naturally, but you do have every single one. It's just a matter of what are you working on,
right?
What comes to you naturally.
What comes naturally, like probably something you had in a past life,
right? That
now it's just natural.
Yes. So,
but like, I wonder how many people like know that.
Probably none.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. But like for me personally, when I was going through mine, my first thing that I noticed outside of like feeling creeped out at night and that kind of thing and depression, anxiety, was ringing in my ears. And it was so loud. And of course,
I had that yesterday.
I still have it, but
it was the first time.
Oh, really?
It was like really pronounced. Yeah.
Oh, I have it all the time. Yeah, I'm like, did y'all hear that? They're like, what?
Wait, what?
Oh, it's just for me. Like all the way through Arizona, I'm like, y'all hear that? Nobody else? It's just me. Okay.
You did have that one time. It was one of the girls.
Well, she said, I don't hear it now, but sometimes I do hear that. And I was like, yeah, you go, girl. But no, for me, that was kind of my first. Now I hear it. They're like, yeah.
They're like, yeah.
It was one of my very, very, very first signs that something was different. And I mean, it would be so loud that it sounded like one of those dog whistles. And then I started playing with it once I started getting comfortable, and I was like, I think this is part of something else. And I'd be like, is there somebody in the room? And it would be like, and I was like, okay, there's something here. And then once I got over the fear of it was when I could then almost tune that out and then be able to hear the channel, you know? So what has been said is that is like if you're on a radio station and you're trying to tune into the correct signal, that's what's going on when you hear the ringing in your ears. It's because something is trying to communicate, and it's almost like it's trying to find the right frequency, and then it can come through and talk to you. So if you believe in like the whole Matrix thing, maybe that's your higher self that's like, okay, I got to dial in on Melissa because she's not listening. Yeah. Oh, there she is. Okay, hi. You know, like,
hi.
What you been up to, girl? Just kidding. I know all about you.
Why the fuck have you been doing that?
Why have you been doing that? I've been telling you not to do that. Bad frequency. But that was definitely one of the biggest signs that I've noticed just in talking to other people that are awakened is the ringing in the ears. And it's simply just frequency is all it is. Oh, they are really liking all of this, by the way.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah,
Yay.
tell them. So we got ringing in the ears, dizziness. So dizziness, I think, comes from, like you said, where, you know, you have the high and low of frequency, really.
Yeah,
right?
'cause
Like you're going super high,
You're literally,
and then you're going low.
yeah, your body is vibrating at a different rate.
Yeah.
That's what frequency is, right? And so you're going over here, and then you don't just boom come up here. Oh, I'm ascended. Yay, bye.
Oh no,
That's not how it works. You're
it's actually really hard to stay
Oh, and you know what?
up
I wonder
here.
if I did that. Oh, that's just for the monitor. Never mind. It's fine.
Okay, it's actually really, really hard to stay up here.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work to stay up here.
And according to my whatever it was, a meditation that turned into this giant channel session, between, like, say, we'll just say here's level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Between level 1 and 2 is another level.
Mm-hmm.
And between those levels is another level.
Mm-hmm.
And another one, and another one, and another one. Infinitely so,
Mm-hmm.
according to my session. And he showed me, this one's a he showed me the movie Ant-Man with Paul Rudd.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Paul Rudd? Sorry.
Really?
Are you kidding me?
I don't get it.
Clueless? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
He's all dainty.
No. Oh, okay. So, anyways, I love Paul Rudd. So, anyway, they showed me that movie about how, like, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, one of the characters makes themselves really, really small infinitely, and they just keep shrinking and shrinking and shrinking forever. And that's kind of how the universe is, and that's how the frequencies are.
Well, that's realms.
Well, he showed me, he's like, every single thing on Earth, not on Earth, in the universe, every single thing has an infinite possibility. Like,
Right.
You'll never reach the smallest point, and you'll never reach the highest point.
Right.
The biggest one. There's levels between levels between levels, and we can't grasp that.
Right.
So when you're in these, ascension times of your delicate little life, you're going between these frequencies, but you're hitting other frequencies as well that you don't even realize. And I think that correlates with the different symptoms. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that if you pass through, and maybe you don't stay in one for too long. So, like, I don't get the ringing in the ears. I skip right past that one. I don't know what that one is, but I'll go straight to the one where it's like my heart's fluttering and there's nothing wrong with me. It's not anxiety.
I've had that too.
It's just the heart fluttering. Mm-hmm. And you're like, what are you doing?
Were you scared?
What?
So scared.
It's okay. We got this.
Yeah. I've had that literally. I was like, what am I scared for? I'm not scared about anything.
Yeah.
Like,
you're just laying there, and all of a sudden it's like, and you're like, what? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's just a little visual.
But with that said, when you are, like, if you're meditating and you get the vibration, let's just say, you can kind of go up and down and you're fine. But if you're walking through HEB, for instance, you walk in, you're pretty good high frequency, and you walk in and it's all this low frequency, and you walk in and you're like, whoa. That's when I feel like vertigo and sometimes nausea and stuff like that can happen.
Oh, the nausea just slaps me upside the head.
Hits you like that, and you're like, the fuck? You're like, hold on, let me grasp myself real quick. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started wearing my headphones.
I did too when I was, well, not anymore, but when I was first awakening, I had to.
Because it helps.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, it keeps my mind off of the surrounding area. And then I think it does something. It's like, I don't know. It's like a barrier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're in your own little world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. My music
The
makes me
bubble.
happy.
We love the bubble.
I like to stay in the bubble. Every now and then I go outside the bubble and I'm like, why did I leave? Go back home.
What else is there? Headaches can happen from ringing in the ears.
I'm trying to think because my biggest ones were depression. And I'm not going to go into the details because I haven't told my story yet. And I don't know how much of my story I want to tell until we get past these next couple of years.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them to lock me up in the loony bin. But the depression and then the anxiety and the heart fluttering, the nausea, definitely the vertigo, and
tingling in the skin. It's another one.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll get that. There's also like this overwhelming feeling like I'm being watched sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And
all the time.
Yeah, all the time. And that one, like, I feel like that one lingered from childhood because of all the stuff that I experienced with them as a child. Like, I always had that feeling. Mm-hmm. So then whenever I went through the awakening process and that feeling came back, I was like, no, we're supposed to be getting better. Like, this is supposed to be like, but now I realize that it's just that them trying to communicate or standing by waiting to be able to communicate. They're like, will you lay down? Will you be quiet?
Yeah, no, I have had the same thing. And I actually, I had the same thing where I was obviously open as a child. And that's the one thing I want to mention real quick, that some people who are ascending didn't have that as a child. They weren't open like that as a child.
Yeah, and then
because
all this happens and they're like,
not everybody was open as a child. They weren't ready for it. Maybe your reincarnation.
I definitely was not ready, and it still happened.
Well, I mean, I know that, but I'm saying like maybe your reincarnations, you haven't had that experience yet, or you haven't had that many reincarnations yet. Whereas like we may have had a crap ton of reincarnations. We may have been aliens and all kinds of other weird stuff where we had those abilities already built into us and we were prepared for it.
Nobody's prepared
for that. Like as a kid, I can just remember being like,
I know how scary it is.
It was super scary. Yeah, I have quite a few kids that deal with that now. But I sound like I got 20 kids. I got quite
a few kids in there that are dealing with that right now.
But some people. Oh, how cute is that?
It's our little thing. Well, and you know what's funny? It hasn't been on the last few, and I don't know how to make it go on there. And I kept thinking today, I really want it to be on there. And I'm talking about our little
it's a bee.
The bee. Let's see. Where would it be? It would be right here. Right there. Yes. Come on, Melissa.
There you go.
Get on. Yeah. So, I was thinking, like, I really want it to be on there, and it's just magically on there this time.
Weird.
Yeah. So, I made it happen.
Peeps. But no. So, like, back to the kid thing. I truly do think that, we were prepared, I guess, to engage in that way at such a small age, compared to some people who might not have ever had that at all, and now they're like, what the heck is this?
Well, and if you think about it, the programming that humanity has gone through the last probably couple of centuries, maybe even more. We're not, like, as adults, we're not prepared to have a child that can see and hear things and is going through this. Now imagine if, like, our generation that is all like having kids and they're all awakening, imagine how they're going to grow up, you know? And they're
Like my kids who
like
are
your
constantly
kids.
saying, look at all the angel numbers that I'm seeing, Mom, you know, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like,
they're more comfortable with it. They feel like, oh, I can talk about this because it's not crazy. Whereas, you know,
or fear-based.
or fear based.
Because that's the other thing. Like, I don't think I saw any scary movies whenever I was, you know, young, but definitely at like the age of 8, 9, 10, I started watching scary movies, and I remember thinking as I was watching those, I was like, that happens in real life, like, and so there was this fear around it all. Like, you're already kind of waking up in the middle of the night as a child, and like something's watching me in the corner, and it's there, and I don't know why. I'm a
They
little
were
bit
relentless when I was a kid.
and it wasn't. It was really weird for me. It's like you kind of do this, but at the same time, you're not like super scared, but you're scared. And then you watch scary movies, and then you're super scared.
Then
it's
you're
like,
scared.
Holy shit! Like, that's bad,
You didn't know that
stuff.
you needed to be afraid until you were afraid, and that's like whenever I started climbing, I didn't know. Like, I would just whatever it's called, where you like. I was gonna say free ball it, but like you don't have a rope, you just have your backpack, and you're just bouldering up, and they're free soloing. There's nothing to, like, you know, you don't know that you need to be afraid. Well, then you go and you take all these classes and you learn how to tie knots, and then you belay somebody, and all of a sudden the thing that you just climbed up like months ago is now this terrifying thing, when intuitively you just climbed up it. You know what you can do. Your body knows, your mind knows, like, hey, I'm gonna climb this thing, it's not a big deal. Or I'm not going to climb that because no. But now you're, you know, programmed. And I'm not saying it's the same thing as climbing, but like you learn these things that make you scared.
Yeah, exactly.
So just crack my knuckles. Wow.
Any other signs and symptoms? I mean, there's a whole list of them, but
I was going to say achy, but I think that comes with the depression and not being able to, like, get out of bed type of thing. But no, I don't know. If you have a special Ascension symptom that we didn't talk about, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. And some things to deal with those signs and symptoms. Have some salt bath. Good diet. Like lots of greens and stuff. Some grounding stuff would be meat, nuts, roots, getting your feet out on the ground, barefoot, walking through, maybe meditating outside.
And all of that after you have gone to your healthcare provider.
Yeah, make sure nothing's wrong.
Yeah, have some tests done. And when they look at you like, there's nothing wrong with you, I'm sorry, like everything looks fine, then welcome to the awakening process. Yay.
Yeah, but there's crystals, there's herbs, there's all kinds of stuff that can help you ground. And when I say ground, it literally means ground, like the ground on the earth. Because when you're ascending, your vibrations are getting higher and your crown chakra is opening.
And you are a conduit for all kinds of things. You need to go put your feet on the ground so that it doesn't just stay in you.
Yeah, and so that way you can also just like feel like you're part of Earth again, because it's going to feel at times where you're not part of Earth. You're just going to feel like up in the clouds. So,
and love being up in the clouds.
I do now.
Yeah.
I didn't in the beginning. In the beginning, it felt very out of sorts.
A friend of mine, I called it being like untethered. And we were having a conversation and she was like, that's exactly how it feels right now. Like I'm untethered. She was going through something. All of her kids were grown, leaving the house. She like wasn't in school anymore. Her husband had his job, and she's just there. And she's like, it feels like I'm just floating. And she's kind of having an awakening as well. She was like, and I said, it's like you're untethered. There's nothing connecting you.
Yeah.
And that is anxiety ridden to the max.
Yeah. We feel for you guys, but you're going to be okay.
You're going to be okay. I'm still going through a lot of my stuff, so.
Well, I think we're all still going through it.
Well, but you've been there.
I have been here for a while.
You've seen a few things.
I've seen a few things. But even myself, like, energetically, things that are going on and cosmically things that are going on.
I shouldn't say you have an understanding of it.
I do have an understanding of it.
Whereas,
but even then, I mean, I still get caught up.
I know. Yeah, you're like, what's going on? What's wrong? And then it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's because of this.
Yeah, like, last week I was just like, whoa, I just got dizzy. See, I was just talking about it. We were talking, I just started crying last week for no reason. This was after,
me too.
And it was after stuff that had happened, so it wasn't like even connected to that. It was just like out of nowhere, and I was like, the hell is going on? And then I went and saw, and I was like, oh. Yeah, whew, real dizzy. There you go, signs and symptoms.
I'm having like my neck hurts.
I wonder if they're giving us the signs and symptoms right now because they're like,
oh yeah,
here, let's show them.
Yeah,
please don't.
Because I have this little ping right here of a headache. Yeah. It's just a little pain right there. My neck feels like kind of stiff, and I just feel like
maybe they're reminding us.
Yeah.
So we can better. Okay, well, we're done talking about that. Thanks.
And I feel hot.
It is hot though in here.
It's friggin' hot. Yeah.
All right, shall we move on to the royal jelly?
Yeah, so she's going to shuffle, and
I was told you were channeling today.
I'm channeling. So that's fun. Yay. ASMR. I watched back through. Oh my god.
Is it dumb?
We are so stupid.
Yes.
So
my belly. I'm hungry.
That was loud.
I know, I'm hungry. I don't get to eat during the day, so when I eat, it's just like fasting. So I started eating around like 3.
Oh, okay. But not like going the whole day and then like eating late.
No.
3 is fine.
Yeah. That's fine. 3 to like...
I only ate once today.
8 or 9. It's fine. All right.
I heard pull as many as needed for the message. Is that the King of Swords again?
Reverse though this time. Emperor.
Oh, it's just got this like overwhelming sadness.
Moon reversed. Choice time.
What is that constellation? Is that Pisces?
Yeah, it's a Pisces card.
Is that reverse or is that regular?
This is regular. This is reversed.
That's like what's it called?
Eclipse.
It's like a solar eclipse. So, I just heard.
Or is this Cancer? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it might be, yeah. Oh, yeah, it might be. Like I feel really sad right now, and I heard, "Oh, my children." Oh, my children. Like, not in a disappointed way, but like,
in a caring way.
A very caring, a very like, wow, that's a lot.
Well, I
I'll
think
see if I get anything else.
there's a lot of confusion right now, and
Well, and I know that you don't watch the news, but there's a lot of shit going on right now in Afghanistan.
yes, I did know that. And then just like, businesses can't get people to work, and it's becoming this huge control thing. I don't know.
They just showed me this giant. It's like a wave, but it wasn't water. It was like this giant wave of something coming through, and that's why they're like, oh, my children, like, the worst hasn't even come yet.
Great.
Why? Like, why has it been so? And I know that like it has to happen, but I'm getting this. It's like a wash. It's gonna come through and just like wipe out. It's almost like a cloud.
Well, I mean, we're going through the Ascension, so maybe it has to do with that. New Earth kind of thing.
It's very physical. It's very physical. And I don't know if it's weather related or if it's like a bomb or if it's I'm getting weather. Like,
I think it's going to be a really bad winter this year, by the way.
maybe that's what it is, because it's not water, but it's not completely clear like clouds. It's kind of like a mix of solids with air. Like, it almost has this kind of color to it. You want to show them your cards?
So this is the King of Swords reversed. This feels to me like, I'm going to be retarded again. Who caught it? But it's like there's going to be some major like cutting, but without the support. That's what I see anyway.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a rude awakening, because
It is very much like that. Like, you're going to have to deal with this on your own, but here's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's some shit, but
I think a very big rude awakening is coming.
yeah. And then we have the Emperor upright, and
Can I see?
yeah. I mean, that's the card of Aries. It's the rise up and do something.
Sun underneath the red cloak.
Mm-hmm. It's very much the almost like a control card. I think we have control, and they're giving us control. And then Moon reverse, and this one, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Let's see if it'll focus in. Oop. She's holding she's holding two things in her hand. It's not wanting to. But on one side it's this glowing something, and on the other side it's this bowl of green stuff. And I've always seen this card as, which path do you choose? Do you choose the
egg.
light? Yeah, do you choose this light, bright path, or do you choose this kind of mucky stuff? Like, what's your choice? I don't know why she's naked, but she's got great boobs.
She does have great boobs.
Yeah.
I was just looking at her pink little nipples.
I don't know why she's naked.
But look, it's an egg.
Maybe it's
Can you
pure.
see it?
Yeah.
And the other one is green jello.
Green jello in a bowl. But it's kind of like this divine choice. So the other side,
It's almost like truth and lie.
Yeah, and it's like what you have the choice. And I feel like that's what this is saying. Like, we're not going to give you answers. You have control. What is your choice? And then we have the Three of Pentacles.
Ooh, I heard you made your choice.
Oh, I guess we already made our choice.
I guess we made our choice. Wherever you are now, you've made your choice.
It's done. Three of Pentacles is very much
working with other people.
And spiritually too. I see it as a very religious card. Are you doing the work kind of thing? And then we have the Knight of Wands upright, which I like that card.
We got Knight of Wands last time, right?
Did we?
Yeah, in my deck.
Oh.
But he was reversed.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a better sign.
Yes.
Knight of Wands, I always liked this one because it's a unicorn. And so it's like this magical savior kind of thing. Yeah.
You better get to saving yourself.
Get saving yourself. And then the bottom of the deck was King of Cups. So it's not reversed right now.
I like the King of Cups because it's very secure emotionally.
Secure in emotions. Yeah.
Like he knows what's up. But this King of Swords in reverse, like that one just
I feel like that's what it is. It's like
it's a card of Aquarius.
I'm turning my back on in Aquarius. When they turn your back on you, it's harsh. It's super harsh. Come back. Just kidding. Come back. Yeah, I think that whatever's coming, it's individually up to you what you decide to do.
Yeah,
or have already chosen to do, as say the peeps. So
yeah,
if you've
I heard
already made
loud
your choice,
and proud, you've made your choice. And it was like that boomy, bassy kind of thing. We got the Judgment card in reverse last time.
That's true.
So I think
if you chose wrong, sorry.
And we shall see.
We shall see.
We'll see what the right and the wrong is.
All right. I should take a picture of that. Well,
jeez Louise.
Did you have anything on your channeling? Anything else?
Let me see. I asked if there's anything else that they want to say, and they said no, just be ready.
Okay.
Thanks for that vague cryptic shit. I appreciate it, guys.
I love to do that.
I'm gonna get some messages tonight. I already know because I need to sleep tonight because I gotta be up at like 4. So, and then pinging them like that,
yeah,
they're gonna be like, oh, and then
we'll just tell them to give it to you in a dream.
And then, yeah, give it to me in a nice fluffy dream so that I can sleep. and then.
All right. Well, okay, I think we are done.
We talked a lot today.
We did. We do that sometimes.
But I think it needed it. God, I wish we could end on something happier than that. But it is what it is. It's the truth.
It's the truth. We always said we'd say the truth, so that's the truth.
Who cut it? Maybe we'll find out who cut it. Maybe they'll come to Earth and be like, "Yo, bitch, it was us. We cut it." Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you liked the content today, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the little notifications. And I'm gonna start putting our lives scheduled on there, so it'll let people know.
Yeah, but if you subscribe, it'll ping you and let you know when we turn on the camera.
Get your little pop-up.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Sorry we ended on that note, but so is life. So
such is life. And also go follow us on Instagram at honeybeeawakened. And yeah, message us or comment if you have anything you'd like to talk about for the next time, or if you have any symptoms that we didn't mention today.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We love you. Namaste, motherfuckers.
Namaste, motherfuckers. Okay, all done. I gotta go back over here.
Goodbye.
And bye.